Hello, once again welcome to our Evolve You For You channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. We've been going through a lot of things, but basically this is our thinking at Evolve You For You. We believe that we are blessed, highly favored, everything is in order. The only person who needs to grow and evolve is you and me, so that we can match the promises that God has promised us. Yeah, they will not just come on a silver platter. We have our part to play, and that's why the good Bible says, study and show yourself approved. Yeah, today we are looking at the story of Ruth, such an amazing woman in the Bible, a woman who fought all odds. Ruth was married to a man who died, and it was not only her husband that died. Also, a brother to the husband also died, and somehow even the mother-in-law had also been widowed. So here they were, three of them widows, and the mother-in-law was like, okay, now my husband is dead. Your husbands who are my sons have also died. So even if I tell you to stay, I can't give birth to any more children. So in short, you are free to go and get married. Just live your life. Whoever was binding you to me is gone. And the other lady, her name was Oprah. She just walked away and she was like, phew, finally I'm free. And she went. But Ruth said a very fine line that a lot of people normally say, but sometimes you don't even know the deeper meaning of it. She said, your people shall be my people. In short, she said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving you. And here was Ruth talking about her mother-in-law. Now, people normally have a habit of, I don't know if it is history, if it is a trend, if it is just a culture, or it is just maybe those phobias girls are normally given even before they are married. They haven't met their mother-in-law yet, but at the back of their minds, they're like, me, my mother-in-law can't control me. Yeah? But Ruth plays it differently. And Ruth is like, no, I am with you for better, for worse. Yeah? So the Bible tells us of how they go together, they stay together. And there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from Ruth. Yeah? Number one, Ruth decided to stick with the mother-in-law for better, for worse. Just as I said, she could have walked away the way Oprah did, but she said, no, I'm not leaving you and I'll stay with you. And that one is just loyalty, meaning that she was not only there because of the sons of the son of her mother-in-law who was her husband, but she was there for better, for worse. She noted like somebody needed to take care of this old lady, and who is the better person other than me? Yeah, that one calls for a lot of faithfulness, loyalty, selflessness, whereby you stick next to your mother-in-law even after she has released you. That is just something else. Yeah, so she supported Naomi. She stayed with Naomi. We are told that by the time they went back to their hometown, it found when it was towards the harvesting season. And Naomi did not just say like, I'm a widow, so I'll sit here, wait for alms, I'll beg. No. She would leave her mother-in-law and she will go to the farm of Boaz and just pick what was left. And I love the way God normally works. Whenever you normally wake up to do something, somehow the angels ensure that you don't lack it. Because the Bible notes clearly, Boaz noted her, and Boaz told the servants, when you are gleaning things, purposely just leave some maize on the farm so that when she comes, she finds something. Yeah? And even there is a very big lesson to be learned. She had to step out for even Boaz to notice her and to leave for her some maize on the farm. So anybody who is locking themselves in the house, hoping that the maids will come and knock the door and come and feed themselves to your mouth. Forget. You have to step out there. And once you've stepped out in that business of yours, whatever, looking for a job or doing something, the heavens will open up for you. So yes, here we are. She had stepped out, Ruth, she had stepped out. And yes, some maize were being left for her specifically so that she doesn't go home empty. And also from all this, we see her nature of hard work. With all due respect, yeah, there are some widows who normally feel like they should be helped. They are the victim. Yes, it's just another thing to be in that situation. We totally understand, we totally agree, but not Ruth. Ruth was like, okay, yes, I may be one, but that doesn't mean that I can't work. So the Bible notes that she will go to the farm regularly to go and look for food, not only for her, but for her and for her mother-in-law, Naomi. Yeah. Again, just the fact that she followed that order, it shows humility. How many ladies can still end up doing, because even going to try and get some maize out of somebody's farm, it was not like a nice job, let me say that, yeah. But Ruth was okay with it. It was better than begging or sitting somewhere and making people feel pity-party for her. That was not Ruth for you. So she was a hard-working lady who was also humble, yeah, because she stuck with her mother-in-law through all this. And the Bible records the way the mother-in-law would advise her. And whatever the mother-in-law will say, Ruth will follow it fully. And she really trusted her mother-in-law. Yeah, we can also say that it's obedience, part of it. I normally tell the people I work with and even my children, I normally tell them, like, the Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice. There's a meaning to that. Obedience is better than sacrifice. To my children, I normally tell them, sometimes as their mother, I may be wrong. Sometimes I may go off. But just the fact that they have obeyed, God can say, fine, I'll deal with your mother later. But simply because you have obeyed, let me bless you. Or let me open for you this door. Yeah? Of course, in this case scenario, we can say that Naomi was like a mother to Ruth, because yes, she was the mother-in-law. Yeah? And the Bible again says that honor your father and mother so that it may go well with you. Actually, we don't hear anything about Oprah. Just the same way she was mentioned, like there were two sons and their two wives were Oprah and Ruth. That is the first and the last time we heard of her. That's the end of her. But Ruth, her name is being mentioned till today. Because you know what? She ended up giving birth to Obed, who is the great-grandfather or the grandfather of David, who, of course, we know David was in the lineage of Jesus, simply because she obeyed her mother-in-law. Who is struggling with her mother-in-law? Can it be that she's the one who is holding your blessing? Could it be that she's the one who has a solution of whatever is troubling you? She may not have a degree, or maybe have even gone past Form 4, but the knowledge they have and the blessings they have might save you a lifetime. Actually, this is normally my thought, yeah? At work, sometimes we work with difficult people because maybe we know the benefit they can bring to our company. We don't just brush them aside. We don't like some part of them because of how they behave, but because of the bottom line, we can just persevere and have them on board. And even if they tell us like they are resigning, a part of us will not feel well. Why? Not because they are easy to deal with, but we know the benefit they are giving us. The same thing happens to our mother-in-law. I'm not saying like our mother-in-laws are bad, but I'm saying that if, for instance, you are in a place whereby you are not at peace with your mother-in-law, maybe you should read a book called How to Win and Influence People and just find out how you can live in peace. The Bible says that as long as it is within your power, let there be peace. I've had testimonies of women who have literally snatched their mother-in-laws from their husband and they have made them their best friend. And most of them normally ends up well because they have the covering not only of their biological mother, but also of their mother-in-law. Yeah. So maybe somebody is listening. Yeah. Okay, fine. We also get the fact that Ruth had courage. She was widowed. She had to go to this farm and pick this maize. And even later in the story, we see the way Naomi advised her on how to approach Boaz. It took a lot of courage. And sometimes we normally miss a lot of things because our courage fails us. They say we miss 100% of the shots we don't take. Ruth did a number of shots that led her to where she is or she was at that particular moment. She is because she's still the great grandmother of Jesus. Yeah. So from the time whereby she said, no, I'm going with Naomi, her people will be my people, that is courage. From the time she said, okay, fine, we are here, but we are not going to sit in the house like two widows. I'll go out there and look for something for us to eat. That's courage. The moment Naomi gave her some tricks to go and talk to Boaz, and she really accepted and went, that's another courage. Because during those days, I think it was not even proper for a lady to say hi to a man. But she honored, she obeyed, and she followed the instruction of her mother-in-law. And see where it landed her. She ended up being in the lineage of Jesus. Is there any greater blessing than that? Yeah. And also remember, Boaz was the millionaire of that time. So she ended up being the wife of the who and who of that time. Simply because she obeyed her mother-in-law. Yeah. So generally what we are learning from Ruth is obedience throughout. And again, we normally say how you do one thing is how you do everything. Sometimes when you have picked some habits, they flow with you in every single way. Sometimes even you don't even know what you are doing because you are used to doing it. It's in your DNA. Unfortunately, this applies equally to the negative things and to the positive things. So if you have to pick a habit, like the way we can say that Ruth was just obedient throughout. She was just selfless. She was just hardworking. She was just like, just a good lady throughout. So even by the time she had come with Naomi throughout, she didn't struggle with anything because most of the things she was doing, it was more of on an autopilot state because she was used to them. Unfortunately, some of us, it is the opposite. We are used to doing evil. That sometimes even if we end up doing the right thing, we are even shocked before the world is shocked. Let us pick up some nice habits that will take us far and will open for us some doors automatically. That was our thought for today. Once again, thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just hit that button and have a nice day or evening wherever you are.